What's up, guys? Videos about the way these women are transforming themselves. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It bothered me to the point to where I started to see the bigger picture. So now I'm looking at everything as a lot of these women they're looking like trans. So if you ever watch any of those shows or you saw a commercial how they have those drag shows, and you look at the comment, I'm gonna say this because I don't see this with any other group. It's just the black women, brown, black. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're not only because they're putting on the same kind of makeup. Now because the trans, they've been getting the surgeries, right? Now they're getting the same surgeries these dudes are getting to look like females. And got to the point now, well, damn, like, what's going like? How can you tell, right? How can you tell? I can tell. I'm gonna tell you guys right this: if you're not a detective or anything like that, if you're not good at solving clues or putting together puzzles, or you probably never won a game of Uno, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna save you every single time. Because I'd rather I'm gonna say this right now: it's not 100% foolproof, but I'd rather for you to be safe than sorry. So this is what's gonna happen. It's like it's a spider sense, right? If you have to question this person, because you don't know, right? If this is a woman or a dude, abort mission, abandon ship. I'm taking, like I said, it's not 100% foolproof, but I guess nothing really is, right? At some point in time will be the ultimate judge of that, right? No matter whether it's waterproof, whether it's noise proof, it's probably good right now. But as the years go by, time will tell if it's really foolproof or not, right? I'm gonna say that, but this is to say, if you have to, I don't care what it is, man. If you have to question it, abort mission. Now you're gonna come across some females that's actually 100% women, and you passed up on it because you thought it was a dude, and it's gonna be dudes or that's gonna look like women. You're like, oh, it look really like a woman. At the end of the day, if you have to question it, if you are not sure, abandon ship. If anything, ask for those photos. Hey, man, I need to see them high school photos, middle school, there's gonna be some creepy people on there. They're gonna try to look at this video the wrong way. I need to see how you was when you was a baby all the way up until now. And I'm gonna say this right now, especially the newer generation, the ones that's 30 and back, everybody has a phone with a camera. Everybody will take a picture, I don't care what you say. Now, if this individual can't provide you with solid proof, abort mission, bro. Cause I'm saying that's another reason I got the dating sites. Cause most of them are trans, or you're gonna deal with a lot of obese women. Like, you have to understand this. Whether you look for it or not, they're gonna find you. Majority of these dating sites are filled with obese women. And then they're not obese, they're gonna be trans. And then of course the rest of them gonna be just leftover women. Y'all know I'm talking about the women, who fucking 40 and up, all the baby mamas, all the ones, who with all the trauma and stuff like that, the addicts, all the ones who've been scamming in and out of prison. Those are the women. Them all of them left over, honestly, but those are the women. Now you do have some who's young, they just starting off the dating. That's different. But majority of the dating sites are filled with obese women, trans, and then the rest of the the lower grade females in society. That's just reality. You can take it how you want to, but I'm gonna say this again. For somebody who's that's fine, you can push back. But for the people that's gonna push back, if you're such a great person, why are you on the dating site? Why have you been on a dating site for 7+ years? I chatted with females on these dating sites, and they been on these dating sites since I was in middle school. I'm like, what the hell? I thought this was a brand new dating site. No, they've been on there for 7+ years. So you already know what they doing. They're gonna try to mask it, say, oh, I'm on here looking for friends. No, you're not looking for no friends. You're not looking for no friends. I'm telling you this right now, if that woman is a catch, I'm gonna say it too, majority of people, they go off of looks. They don't really care about nothing else you got going on. As long as you look the part, that's all they care about. So, with that being said, if you're a catch, you wouldn't have been on a date. First of all, you wouldn't have been on a date site at all. Unless you're in a certain situation, like you somewhere isolated in a certain country in the world where they don't have no internet or whatever, or they have like a small population of people, and those people that are there are old as is retirement age, that's a different story. But unless you live in the jungle, you shouldn't be on no dating site if you're a female. really a dude anyway. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be on the dating site at all. Now I understand certain situations, I understand that, but overall, if you're a female, you shouldn't even be on no damn dating sites. But they on there for a reason. So again, if you're a catch, why are you on a dating site? Why are you still on a dating site after many of years? So keep that in mind. But again, guys, they're getting these botch surgeries. They're getting all these damn, all the constant makeup. You know, they packing on the makeup and these elaborate wigs. And then, you know, a lot of them are masculine, so they already sound like a dude. So it ain't much for them to, you know, to just go ahead and just go along with the program. You know what I mean? They'll take whatever they gotta take to deepen their voice or whatever. You know, you got the women on there too who wanted to be trans, and then they changed their mind after they got all the damn operations. Now they want to go back to being a woman. So you'll deal with that too. You're just dealing with the bottom of society, the bottom of the barrel of society when you're on these damn dating sites. Not everybody on there is just garbage. I'm gotta say that too, just to be clear, because somebody gonna be like, oh no. Not everybody that's on there is garbage, but majority of the people that's on there, they are. They are. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of this bottom of the barrel people in society, so understand that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm seeing this now, and it's like, well, that's always the issue, you know, especially, you know, in the black community, how, you know, the guys typically don't like females with all these accessories on, you know, i.e. the wigs, but they still wear them. But now it's like, I'm really looking at these videos and these photos, I'm like, damn, you look just like a trans. You look like a trans, you know what I mean? So, it's just crazy, man. It's like, damn, like y'all really hate yourselves that much. Y'all self-esteem is that low. It's literally in the dirt to where y'all try to, I guess, build the perfect image of yourself to the point to where now you like a trans. And you know, a lot of them surgeries you can't go back on. I'm gonna say this too. A lot of doctors, you who have ones who's money hungry, they'll do whatever. You know, hey man, just give me the money and sign it right here. You know, if you die or whatever, or you have a lifelong disfigurement or whatever, or illness, I'm not responsible for. You got a lot of doctors that are doing that, especially in Miami. They don't give a shit. Hey, give me all the money, I don't care. So a lot of them, you can't reverse those operations, those little surgeries or whatever. So they already got the Botox, the lip filler. You know, all of them getting the nose job, whether it's black, it don't matter, Chinese, all of them getting these damn same ass nose jobs, and they try to pass it off as natural. Like, no, I never seen an African with a sharp ass nose. What the, you know what I mean? That's not even a real nose. Like, that's not even a real shape of a nose. Like, that's manufactured. So I'm seeing these African females with these damn sharp ass noses. I'm like, nah, everybody know you got these wide noses. Like, who you fooling? Serena's next. I already know she working on that. They ain't gonna be as sharp as, you know, as everybody else getting them, but nah, she'll get a nose job. That's next. Best believe that. But it's crazy. It's like, man, I don't, you know, not saying it's just females who do it. You know, guys, I guess everybody has some kind of insecurities or whatever, but with guys, it's not to that level. It's like, you know, if anything, all you gotta do is, you know, get in shape and get your money up. You know, if you're short or whatever, I understand that, but for the most part, you know, just deal with it. You know, we just, you know, just get your money up and lose weight. That's if you're a dude, that's all you have to do, really. That's all you have to do. Just lose weight or get in shape. You don't have to, I'm saying this too, to be clear, you don't have to be no damn bodybuilder. We ain't talking about, you know, being, you know, Ronnie Coleman or nothing like that. You know, C.T. Fletcher when he was in his prime, even though, you know, I wouldn't mind looking like C.T. Fletcher when he was in his prime, but, you know, you have to look like that. Just get in shape and, you know, work on your finances. I mean, same thing with a female, but, you know, it's just different because you got a lot of simps out here. They don't care how she look, you know, long they can sleep with her or believe they can sleep with her. They're just whatever, you know what I mean? You know how they go, but I'm seeing that now. I know a lot of guys, you know, you probably been dealing with it, you just, you know, ignore it, but it gets to the point now, it's like, yeah, they looking like trans now, you know what I mean? I'll tell you right now, if you have to question that any part of your life, you know, don't just abandon ship. And I'm gonna say this too, especially online, because a lot of us started catching on online, because, you know, they'll be on there, the trans will be on there, and then they'll be sending us messages. Now I'm gonna say this right now, not saying that's not normal or doesn't happen. You do have females sending messages on, you know, reaching out to you first. That's what I want to say. You do have females reaching out to you first on these dating sites. That does happen, but does it happen a lot? No. Matter of fact, it's very rare, not rare, very rare that happens. That a female will reach out to you first. Very rare. So when you're on these dating sites and all of a sudden you're getting these people, these altered people, sending you messages. You like, oh, okay, shit, all right, cool. I got, I got a female in my inbox, and let me see what she looking like, whatever. We'll see what's going on. And then you go through the profile pictures. It's like, wait a minute, something don't look right. It's like, it's an instinct, like something don't look right. So you're looking at the profile pictures. You're not really reading the damn the profile. So much, the pictures caught you off. Like it has you wondering, like, why? Something about this person. You think it's a female first, but something about this person look odd. So you studying the photos, like, nah, that's a dude. You see the broad shoulders, the sculpted Superman chin, the massive forehead. They try to hide their hands and stuff like that. Like the typical parts of, like your hands or whatever. Like some people like, oh, what's the point? Like, nah, like, why would you hide your hands? So they'll do stuff like that. You see the photo, like, nah, that's a dude. So after a while, you start getting quite a bit of the messages, even though your profile say you're straight. They don't care. They still gonna see your message, and you get to the point where you just start blocking it, and it's like, well, nah, if you're not on there, you don't supposed to be on there all day, every day. Like, nah, you just get on there every now and then, right? But, you got some people on there all day, every day, but still, you don't need to do that. Just get on there every now and then, check your messages, see can you find something, and go about your day. But it gets to the point of where they start sending you messages like, well, nah, I'm okay. I'm just going ahead and just shut this down. Because you're not already on there already. You're barely on there. And then on top of that, you got a lot of obese females, you got trans sending you messages like, nah. So at that point, it's like, what you gonna do? You gonna just keep going through the trash and hope you find something decent? Or you just gonna be like, nah, I'll just go out and try to chase my luck outside? That's normally how it works. Most time the females who are on dating sites, because most of them are not on there, look for nothing serious. Men and women, just be honest with you. It's not the dating site, it's the people that's on there. You go to christiansingles.com or onlyfarmers.com. You got a lot of people on there that's BSing. That's reality. So you're not really gonna find what you're looking for. I heard some success stories, but best believe it's thousands of non-success stories. That's just reality. So I'm telling you this right now, if you're a dude, get out the dating sites, go out there in public, and actually meet these females in public. Work on your communication skills. If you're on the damn dating sites, you can't fully show your personality through a chat. And a lot of times they on there look for somebody to be mad at. So you send them, hey, how's it going? Oh, F you and your mama, why you don't, you get a lot of that too. So that's what I'm saying, like, you need to stay away, because a lot of them, they already old and ran down. So it's best just be out there, on the blog and just, and meet the females like that. Go out to the museum, go to the park, go out in public in general. You know what I mean? Just go out in general, man. Go on run those little marathons and stuff like that. Go to those little events they be having. Was it Strawberry September? Whatever your city events your town has. Whatever events your town have, go to those and mingle. Because a lot of times people, they so bad. First of all, people not even calling nobody anymore. They only texting, and everything is online. The communication is all online, which is cool. But if you're trying to meet somebody, that's not a good approach. So a lot of people now, they don't have their communication skills. So you do meet somebody at a certain age, they tend not to have good communication skills. So they don't know how to communicate with you. So it's not helping if you a hermit and you stay inside your house or your apartment all day, every day. You're not communicating with people. Now your communication skills will never develop. It will stay weak. It will stay non-existent. So that's why I tell you guys all the time, it's so important to develop that communication skills, man. That's gonna help you a long way, because at the end of the day, if you run across a female and all the guys, that she deal with is I don't know, 6 feet, all of them 6 feet, all of them light skin, all of them 6 feet, all of them, whatever the color, right? Okay, you come along, you 6 feet and you light skin, all right, she used to that. So what else can you offer her? How else can you get on the hook? How else can you get her to bite the bait? You just can come in, oh, I'm 6 foot light skin. Okay, all the dudes she been dealing with has been 6 foot light skin dudes. So you just another 6 foot light skin dude. So what are you gonna do about it? Your communication skills, man. Now I ain't saying go around here, be a damn court jester, you'll be juggling balls and doing cartwheels for the whole. I ain't saying all that, but you need to have a good communication skill. That's how you're gonna get her. And you're gonna get that when you go out. Not saying you gotta go to the club, especially now I know the clubs are dead now. People still go out, but they tend to go out in groups now, more than anything. But that's why it's so important to go to these social events. Go to those damn little concerts, them little shows, go to that so you can work on, talking to these females. That's going to sharpen your tools, your skills, man. That's all it is to it. And then the confidence is key. You got confidence, it's going to be all right. It's the difference between having confidence and being arrogant. Those two different things. They may sound similar, but they not. It's two different things. You have that confidence and you know how to communicate with the females, you're gonna be all right. And like I said, at the end of the day, just get your ass in shape. Not saying you gotta be a pro bodybuilder, you know what I mean? You gotta do all that. Just get in shape. Whether you're slim, you know, I know your body type is, everybody's body type is somewhat different. You're either gonna be wide, you're gonna be slim, you're gonna be whatever, right? So if you're a slim dude, hey, just add a little muscle tone to you, nothing crazy. If you're a big dude, you already know you gotta cut back on the snacks and all that stuff, lose the belly, tone up a bit, you're gonna be all right. Because at the end of the day, if you're an in shape guy, you're always gonna be the top two. That's just reality. But yeah, I'm seeing that now. It's just to the point that I'm cool around. I'm not looking for nothing crazy. But a lot of it has to do with guys that don't have experience dealing with females. And on top of that, you see a lot of it on social media. All of them on social media, right? You got all these fake ass. Let's be honest. They traveling prostitutes. You got somebody, I'm an Instagram model, traveling prostitute, because that doesn't pay you. Last time I checked, Instagram doesn't pay you for putting up a slutty picture. Oh, okay, put up a slutty picture, we're gonna pay you $8,000. That doesn't happen. Now, if you go for Playboy, that's a different story. Instagram don't pay people for taking no damn photos. Because if that was the case, everybody on Instagram be fucking gazillionaires. Because all the pictures y'all females be putting online, you think people actually think you're getting paid to do it, but you're not. They're doing it for free. So you just putting your personal business out there for free online. Instagram does not pay you, or they ever will pay you. They're traveling prostitutes, and you do have a lot of trans that's in that field of work as well. They at the strip clubs. They everywhere the females be at. They on the corners. You know what I mean? Punching pavement. They doing that. They doing the same thing. They also on Instagram. Oh, and on top of that, you got a lot of them females. They teaming up with the trans. Yeah. They be doing the same scenes with them. They be on the beat together. They be at the strip clubs together. Yeah. And a lot of guys are so desperate because they see some some ass or some titties, they automatically assume it's a female. But reality, somebody brought this up, man. It's true. If you deal with a dude who always want to have sex, he's gonna sleep with a man. Because of same guys that's on Instagram thirsting over these trans. These are the same ones that sleep with a dude and don't care. These are the same dudes that got a whole family, kids, and the whole nine, and still sleeping with dudes, behind the scenes. And I'm gonna say this too. There was a while we was on Facebook, and I don't know what I think it was like a particular person or like an app or something, but they was going around exposing people. So it was a trans, and they had a whole lot of I don't know how they cap it now, right? You probably still can do it. I know back in the day, back then everybody tried to get all the friends. They tried to max it out the friends, they friend list, right? So anyway, they had this trans dude on Facebook, and he had a crap load of followers, and we all like, and we don't give a shit. But they're like, it's not that. It's like who's following the dude. So the dude straight trans, like it's terrible impersonation of a woman. You know what I mean? I'm like, this dude he going through something. You know what I mean? Dude was just terrible. I'm like, this is a terrible trans. You know what I mean? Like, this dude looking crazy. You know what I mean? You can tell he has a hard life. I'm gonna say that. And I'm like, dude, like, is that Ronald? Like, what the hell is this dude going through? Well, anyway, I don't want. It's a terrible representation of a trans. I'm gonna just say that it was terrible. All I do is put on a wig and some damn red lipstick. I'm like, this dude fucking crackhead. I don't know. Anyway, but that was a 30-minute roast session. I'm gonna say that. Like we just couldn't let that one go. Like, this dude terrible. He's a terrible actor. Anyway, so went through the person. There's a person. But you know how they do the app or whatever. There's a person running the page. So they went through the dude's friend list, and it was nothing but black guys. Nothing but black guys. Nothing, he had some white dudes or Mexican dudes in there, but it was nothing but dudes. Long story short, no females, like nothing but dudes. I'm like, God, dude had a lot. He had a lot of followers, so it wasn't like we get it, right? We're like, hey, we ain't trying to see we seen what's going on. So of course, there was some people in there that we went to school with. I'm like, right? I had suspicions about that dude, but now, I ain't got to worry about it no more. I know 100% it is what it is. So, had some dudes in there that we went to school with. So, you already know how they went. The roast session went from the trans over there to the fun boys that we went to school with. So we got on them, and then that was it. And then of course, you know how it is social media. We start tagging them like, hey, homie, come speak your piece. What's going on? You know how they go. They try to. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? We're like, hey, man. At the end of the day, you got to hit them with that one line. As long as you're happy. As long as you're happy. We had to hit them with that line. There's a couple of them try to, you know what I mean? Try to defend it. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, it's as long as you're happy. We hit them with that line because we already had suspicions of the dudes. You know what I mean? But that came when they dropped the the news. That was it. That's all we needed to see. That's it, bro. Like, it ain't no coming back from that. Just live your life as long as you're happy. Go on about your business, bro. That will happen. But you do have that a lot because it's always the ones that's always sex. So when that came out, when that person on Facebook was exposing everybody, to the trans, they explained everything. Like, well, those same dudes that got busted, they got put on blast, those same dudes, all they talk about is just sex. That's it. That's it. They'll pay for it. They don't care. They just want to have it. So when it came out to, they following this trans, and of course, he ain't the only one, right? If you following one of them, you're going to follow a whole bunch of them. So, especially if you following him, I'm like, man, that dude just, just terrible. I'm like, God, that dude just run down. Like, you know what I mean? Run down shit. But so, you're going to follow any one of them that look better than him. So, that's just reality, man. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you got a question, man, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's bad enough that, got a lot of these masculine females out here. And, I tell people all the time, in the black community, it's very common for black women, let's be honest, not just black women, but I was speaking from experience because I know this shit for a fact. Black women love gay black guys. They love gay dudes in general. This is what it is. Because why? Because most of them are masculine. So I tell people all the time, you can't have two masculine people together. It doesn't work. You gotta have a yin and a yang. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if all the damn stoplights was green, it'll be wrecks everywhere. You have to have order. You have to have, someone has to be a follower, somebody has to be a leader, somebody has to be a winner, somebody has to be a loser. That's just a circle of life. So you won't never see two masculine people together, in the black community, a man and a woman, because it won't happen. Because they this is how it is. Like, you can't have a masculine man and a masculine female together. So normally in the ghetto, you'll get the masculine female and then you'll get the dainty black guy. That's really what it is. So that's very common. So yeah, it's not surprised as it's going on. It's just getting more out of control. But yeah, they literally competing with the trans, and it's crazy because they hang out with them, but they get mad when the trans, the dudes, those guys, that they want their boyfriends. So it's crazy. And then of course they sleep with, because it's just how it is. It's chaotic. They sleep with each other. So that's what's going on with that. So just be very aware. Me personally, man, just pay attention to who you're talking to, and pay attention to everything this person is doing. But you'll find out real quick if what kind of lifestyle they living, or if they're a woman or a man or not. But at the end of the day, if they gonna offer you their body right away, don't accept it. That was the first sign, because it's not surprising that a woman would reach out to you, or a woman would try to hit on you, or however she want to go about it. But it is alarming when you have a lot of them doing it, to the point of, okay, what's going on? Because is you dealt with some, to be honest, you dealt with some chicks who's easy, and you dealt with some chicks you probably had to give a little time, and then whatever, if you come down to sex, right? You got some who just give it away, you got some you got to pay, you got some you got to just spend time. They got to be comfortable with you. Because not every female is gonna just give you her body, even though a lot of females are doing it. But a lot of, also a lot of guys think that I understand if you get on social media, all the females on there is advertising their body. I understand that, but never get it misconstrued and think that every female does that. That's not it, bro. That's where you mess up. Because when you go out here in the dating market, you mess yourself up because you automatically assume, oh, she a female, she easy. No, that's not all of them. It may seem like that because remember it's on social media, but not all of them are like that. And even if she do give it up real easy, that don't mean because you come around she won't give it up easy to you. She might have you pay for it. She might want you to pay for it, or she might just not give it to you at all. So you just got to understand that. But I'm gonna say this right now: it's not surprising if a female approach you or whatever. Or like I said, if you still on dating apps, I keep telling you guys get up dating apps. She hits you up in your inbox. That's not nothing that's just oh okay that's so different. No, that does happen. But when it's a lot of them doing it, that's when you have to step back like, okay, hold up, man, this is too easy. Because normally with the trans, what they'll do, they'll be the aggressor. They'll hit you up in your inbox, before you even reply, they hit you up, they reply to your reply, and they be so quick to, to meet up with you, give you their information. They want to go out on a date like right away. Like they have so many times where it's like, wait a minute, this is not normal. This is not normal. So they'll have one profile picture. Don't get so caught up on that one profile picture. No, do your research. Go through their profile. Read they bio. Go through their pictures. Really study their pictures. Study how they take their pictures and where they take their pictures at. All this stuff matters. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff matters. So that's a dead sign that it's a trans when they hit you up right away. Like you respond to them, 0.5 seconds they hit you back. Like, oh, okay, that's pretty good, and they consistent with it. And then all of a sudden, oh, here's my number. Or, let's change number. Or let's go out somewhere tonight. That type of stuff because they so desperate to get them a straight dude. It's just kind of the world they living in. It's very weird, but that's how they doing it. So understand that if you got a female in your inbox and she just really consistent with you, just take your time and make sure it is what it is, and not somebody trying to play, pull a wool over your eyes and nothing like that. So understand that, but that does happen. On top of that, like I said, you got the obese women, and then you have the ones, all of them are at the bottom of the barrel of society. But majority of the people that's on there are that, like I say, obese women and trans. Those two run rampant, and of course the rest of them are, just they left over too. They bottom of society as well. But you got the women who hit the wall, got all the all them baby daddies, all the tattoos, been in out the court system, it's really destroyed. So those, you got that as well. So, me personally, I wouldn't deal with it. And I'm gonna say this too, if she was a great catch, she wouldn't be on a dating site. And if she was a great catch, she wouldn't be on a dating site for that long. So at the end of the day, you got a lot of them, they try to play innocent, but it's like, okay, well, they try to, see, I'm gonna say I'm in the video because I already stretched out. Let me not say it. It's already longer than what's supposed to be, but you have a lot of women that's on these dating sites and they try to clean up their image. They try to, I'm a black people. Oh, I'm a Christian, whatever. So they try to get on the holy train. Remember I say that they try to get on the holy boat. I'm gonna say that they've been dealing with that. They've had a lot of experience with trains, but they try to get on the holy boat. So now they're a strict Christian and 90 days this, 90 days that. They gotta get married before they have sex. That's the dead giveaway right there. Is she's a hoe. When they say they will not have sex till they get married. So keep in mind, when you go through her profile pictures, she got kids. Keep in mind, a lot of times they won't say they have kids. They'll just tell you later on down the road, or you gotta find it on your own. So why didn't you do that at the beginning? She got 2-3 baby daddies. They never married her, but all of a sudden she on this damn dating site, and all of a sudden, oh, you gotta marry her to have sex with her. She not easy, this and that, and she gonna have a laundry list of dudes that she don't like, those dudes that she still deal with. So she has a lot of baggage that she'll never get rid of, because a lot of it is mental. So she been dealing with that all her life. Now that she been hit the wall, now she's trying to clean up her image. So be aware of that. You're gonna get a lot of them women, and typically them women are in their 40s. I tell you guys all the time, 26 and after, she hit the wall. She hit the wall at 26. That's starting at 23. Until you get to starting at 23, she got 3 years before she crashed that wall. So not after, but when she turned 26, she officially hit the wall. So you'll see a lot of them in their mid 30s and up. You'll see so many of them in their 40s. I thought my app was glitching. I'm like, why they keep showing me women that's 40 years old? You know what I mean? There's so many of them on it. And of course, a lot of them lie about their age as well, because they older than 40. But still, whatever, it don't matter. They didn't hit the wall. They done for in life. They try to clean up their image. So be aware of that as well. So guys, anyway, man, again, if you have to question it, if something don't feel right about this individual, more than likely it's a dude. So just go ahead and abandon the ship. Remember, I don't care how good you think that, how good you think that person look. If they invite you somewhere, especially if they paying, I mean? I know there's a women that'll pay, but let's be honest, a lot of them are broke. So if that person is offering to take you out on a date and they paying, if they quickly want you to take their number, they want to meet you somewhere the same day, all that stuff like that, more than likely it's a dude. Abandon the ship. Because you have some women who are, let's be honest, they some of them are kind of aggressive, but a lot of them are not like that. because they got to the habit, because most females, they scared of rejection. So it's not an ego thing, it's just that I don't want to get rejected. So they'll make say, okay, I'll let the guys come to meet you. That's normally how the average female operate. They'll let the guys come to them because they scared of rejection. You got some who think they all that and bag of chips. I understand that, but let's be honest with you. Majority of females are average. Just be honest with you. You know what I mean? So if you have to always approach females or whatever, that's pretty normal. But the problem comes into play when it's too much. It's like, dang, okay, well, she taking me out. She asked for my number. She wanted to meet me. She always showing the initiative. And on top of that, her age, the person's age, that gives it away as well. It's like, well, man, you think it's, again, she 23. Why is she so aggressive trying to, get to know me or whatever like that? Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest with you. Like, I mean, it's just a date, but she make it seem like y'all about to get married or whatever. Like I say, 9 times out of 10, it's more than, I'm saying 9 times out of 10, more than likely it's a dude. Like I say, if the person's in shape, ain't got no kids, no face tattoo, no dumbass wig, no crazy stuff like that, more than likely it's a dude. Because if you that young and you being very aggressive, that's a sign that something ain't right. Now, normally you'll probably get that when they over the wall, and that's very rare. Like, even still, when they hit the wall, it's very rare because they still in that mind state to where they think they in their prime. They never, like I said, the average woman never matures past, was it 14? They never mentally mature past 14, especially a black female. Because how they was raised, they already been destroyed before they hit 6 years old by their mama. Then the environment their mama they brought them into. So just keep that in mind as well. So nothing new under the sun, but again, you're gonna have a lot of guys. They just really their hormones through the roof. They want to sleep with anything. If that's your life, by all means, live your life. But for the guys who ain't on that funny business, just take your time, man. Take your time. You know what I mean? So don't be surprised if a female hits you up or she want to take you out and she actually pays. Don't be so worried about that. But if the person's moving too fast, then more than likely something going on. Either if it is a female, more than likely she got something that she can't get rid of, and she wanna give it to you. So it's a lot of that going around too. You know what I mean? So just be very cautious that she want to give it up to you right away. More than likely, it's always a chance that she got something that she can't get rid of, or she just want to spread the disease. So just be very weird with it, guys. But anyway, you got any questions, concerns, leave them down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, donate to the Cash App. I really appreciate you. Until next time.